So basically, you wouldn't even know that this is supposed to be a gardening channel because you're always in my bloody kitchen. Reason being is it's fucking horrible outside. It's really windy, and yeah, sometimes then there's rain, there's no rain. So you know what? The only way to start preparing myself for this year's gardening season is in the kitchen. Anyway, so the one thing I'm going to do today is plant my cannas, my Canna Rhizomes. So I have the varieties obviously I have, or the variety I have. I propagated them, as you know, with all the goddamn videos. And then I also bought some different ones, you know, just to have like more variety, more choices to yet again propagate and to split the rhizomes and so forth. So it is time for them to go into the ground, not into the ground, into pots. Voila, a number of pots. Because I want to start them off this year in the house before I start dumping them outside. The mistake I made last year, because then it got really fucking cold again, and most of them, they didn't die, but they didn't do very well. So let's get ready. My box. This is the box I put them in last year. And basically, you know, as I said in the video, it's just this wooden stuff, and then in amongst them, my cannas. There. Let's get them out of the box and have a look what we actually got. See, they look like, you know, as if nothing would ever happen with them, because obviously they're dried up because they've been in there for several months. But they will come back. So what I'm doing right now, I just got all odds and sods of pots, you know, from the shed, because the thing is, I'm not going to be precious about them. All I want them to do is to put them into some soil, you know, put them in the living room, which by now it looks like a fucking greenhouse, because I've got the cannas I didn't put in hibernation last year. I've got them sitting on the dining room table. I have my castor oil plants I planted the other week. Just as a side note, the castor oil plant I planted last week, look at that. Fucking amazing, within a week. So yeah, I'm gonna have castor oil plants everywhere on the property. Anyway, that's just a side note, it has nothing to do with the cannas. So like I said, don't get precious about it. I just dump them into the pots because they're only supposed to, you know, you're only supposed to start them off, and then they're going to go into the ground in the garden anyway. But also when it comes to labeling, I obviously only label these so that I know what kind of color they are. The other ones are FKW, fuck knows what, because I don't know what color they're going to be. So these are just the ones I have from the original mother plant. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background right now, so just ignore that. And they're playing Oculus. And yeah, so let's just put them into the pots, and then this is the reality of taping. I've got Jane dismantling the floor upstairs. I've got people there playing the Oculus. So the only way to deal with this sort of noise is alcohol. Anyway, so planting. When you plant the rhizome, you know, I mean, as dry as a fart as they may be, this obviously, these are the roots, that goes down, that goes up, and you don't bury them too deep because of the fact, once you put them in the garden, you know, they wouldn't be that deep either. This you would obviously see already. So you just cover them with soil, about like that. You know what, let's just plant one. So, I mean, obviously you could part them. You could cut them in two as well to have like separate ones, but I'm going to leave this one. But I'm going to cut, see this part here looks okay. But this part here, I'm just going to, you know, cut that off. Hello, knock, knock, knock. So, and then this and that. This goes in there, obviously, kind of like that. And suddenly I'm feeling all zen. So, basically, you know, it's basic planting. All I do is put a kitchen towel paper thingy bob in here, because I can't be asked with all this, you know, soil falling through. Holy shit. Soil in, press it down a little bit, put le rhizome in, cover it. There is no hammering. Ah, bloody hell. There's me saying, don't cover too much, but you can't see actually anything of the fucking thing. Anyway, so this is pretty much all we're doing. So more or less as tedious as it seems, but this is what you just continue to do now. You know, plant them up, put some soil in them, water them, and watch them grow. And obviously it's going to take a little while until they start to kick in. And then you have to make sure that you put them out when you know that there will be no more frost. I think, well, it's called Eisheilige in Deutschland. Deutschland. I've got no idea what it's called in English. I'm going to find out. I'm going to write it in the bottom. Or I'm going to write it down here somewhere. Anyway, so what they say after that day, which is May 11th to May 15th, I believe it is. Then after that, that is when I'm going to put mine in the garden. Anyway, so I'm going to continue to pot these up now. And yes, and like I said, these ones, the ones I bought, actually let's take one of these out. So you can kind of see, you know, so this is Canna Rhizome. Oh. It's obviously Jochen proof. For God's sake, I can't even get to the bloody bag. So this is what they look like. So more or less, there you go. That's the rhizome. I paid €3.99 for, almost for €4. So yeah, see, it's already growing a little bit. So I'm going to put that into the pot. And again, I label these ones so I know which ones are the bought ones and which ones are the fuck knows what ones. So I guess that's it. All potted. Obviously I've got a hell of a lot more pots than these. All done, and yeah, get your cannas into the pots and then out once there's no frost anymore. Bye.